Hello there, I'm Gideon. I'm going to do a very short presentation on epanet. Yeah, so when you're using epanet, the first thing we do is we're going to open our epanet file. My epanet file is right here. Open my epanet. Okay, my epanet is open. Yeah, so first thing we're going to do is to look at the user interface for epanet. Okay, the user interface consists like any other program of the main menu. Then the main menu is split into these commonly used that is functions within the program. Okay, so the main menu, of course, it contains the file, and the file, as we know, contains we want to create a new project. There you come there and you create a new project. Then there is also opening an existing project. There is saving your project. There is saving a project as something. There is also this option that we import. Maybe you can import a map, we can import a scenario, you can import a network. And there is also export. You can export a map, you can export a scenario, you can export a network. Then of course there is this common on the page setup. That's when you're printing, the print preview, and the print itself. Then there is also edit. In edit there are functions like select, copy, and copy. Then we select object, then you can select origin, you can select other. And there's in epanet there is another special function called group edit. Okay, if we've got a complete network, for example, we can actually edit individual functions. Okay, we can edit individual functions. That is, we edit maybe we want to edit maybe our junctions. What we want to do is we want to select all junctions and edit them, edit a single property of all those junctions. Okay, then there is view, there is dimension. Okay, there is drop, there is what we call the backdrop. Okay, the backdrop, we can load the backdrops. And then this is very important too, that I find them very useful. That is the find tool and the query tool. Find tool it looks something like this. Okay, so you can identify if you want to use find a link, find a node, find the source. So you specify what you want to find, and then like I first find a node, I'll put the ID there. Okay, the ID, say I'll find maybe my junctions are noted by J something. So I would say I want to find J. Maybe I would say you want to find J25 maybe in my network. I'll find J25, and then in this network there is nothing to share. Definitely there is no object. Okay, another thing that to look at is what we have in the project. In the project we've got the project summary, default calibration data, analysis options, and run analysis. I'm going to draw much at this particular point in these ones. Okay, well, before you do anything to your network, okay, if you're whether you're using a red draw network or you're going to draw a network, you're going to import on your network, it is very important that you make sure that the properties are well defined. Okay, and hydraulic and the defaults give us these properties, right? So these ID labels, we use them to definitely designate the various tools within our network. For instance, the junction, the reservoirs. Okay, for instance, for my junctions to start with the J's, I will specify a J there. I want my reservoirs to start with an R, I'll start down with an R there. Okay, that's how you use the ID labels. Properties. Now these are default properties. Okay, when you're going to draw anything in your network, what do you want it to be? What do you want its default value to be? Okay, what do its default properties to be? Once you specify those, then it automatically, every time you're running that function, it automatically produce that thing. Another thing to look for, very important, is the hydraulics. Okay, the hydraulics actually define because we know epanet is based on the principles of flow in conduits, and flow in conduits is got a lot of theories associated with it, which were developed by different scientists. And we know of the three basic, the three main ones that we use, and those are the Hazen-Williams, which in this particular case is designated by HW. When you come to our epanet, we've got the Des-Weisberg, which is designated by DW, and we've got the Chesney-Mannings, designated by the CM. Okay, all these, they are different headless formulas that we can use to do our analysis. Okay, then in a particular case we are going to be using much of the Des-Weisberg, so I'll select Des-Weisberg. Now you have to know that each of these headless formulas goes with certain headless units. Okay, so the 4 units that are associated with this Des-Weisberg are liters per second. So I'm going to come here and select my literal per second. Then I can change other specific gravity. I can change the relative viscosity of my fluid. I can change it. Okay, I can go and put the maximum of drops and run my analysis. How long do I want it to go? I can come and specify if I'm doing my analysis and my system is unbalanced, what do I want it to do? Okay, all that stuff. Okay, then when I'm done, I'll say okay, and those options will be saved. Okay, so now to do an example, I'm going to get open and read draw network. I'm going to open and read draw network, and in this particular case, I've got this network here. Okay, it is saying save this the current project. I'm saying no because I didn't want to save that project, so I'm going to save that. So that's my network. So before I do anything with this network, I have to make sure that I run it first to see what is it. Actually, this network is already running. Okay, so if it's running, then what do I need? I have to check if my calibration data is okay, if my other stuff okay, and all that and all that. And that is basically how we use epanet in a nutshell. And thank you so much for listening.